Hello? Hello? Your voice is breaking down, man. Hello? Hello? What? Who? An insider from a listed company? Hello? What? The prices of the shares are going to go up? Down? Man, I cannot hear you. Hello? What? Will I? Hello, guys. See, I have just received the one call from an insider of a listed company. He's saying to me that either the shares price is going to go up or the down. So, if I will press this buy button, will that make me an insider? If I will press this sell button, will that? So, probably by now, you have realized that today we are going to talk about the insider trading. After spending all these years into the financial market, I realized that to make substantial money with impressive returns, focus on my words, substantial money with impressive returns, there are only two ways. First one, which is very hard, success ratio is only 1%, and here are some results of the persons who have chosen this path. And the second one is where you will win first time, second time, third time, but eventually you will lose it all. Here are some results. So welcome back guys to the Conclusion Matters. I'm your host and let's just start. Also, to keep things easy to understand, we have divided this video into the four parts. First, where you will learn what does the law say about the insider trading. The second, where you will see that as an investor or trader, what things you should keep into the mind so you do not fall into any of the traps. Third one will be some of the practical case studies which I have personally observed and where markets and big operators are cheating with you. And the conclusion. Why the conclusion? Because it matters. Here is the sneak peek of the SEBI Prohibition of Insider Trading Regulations 2015. In terms of the SEBI, how the SEBI has defined the insider or the connected persons is really tricky. The law says that any person who is or has during the preceding 6 months before the concerned act has been associated with the company directly or indirectly and has access to unpublished price sensitive information. That means the information which will, if goes to the public, affect the share prices into the good or the bad manner. It means that you are the person who knows that in next 6 months company is going to do something which will going to affect the shares price into the good or the bad manner, then you should keep your mouth shut. I know the next question which will come into the mind, how the SEBI, NSE or the BSE will be able to know the list of the connected persons. Here is the example of mine which will give you the practical answer to the question. I was assistant company secretary in Gokul Agro Resources Limited. My name, my father's name, my mother's name, my brother's name, and my wife's name. Sorry, I'm not married. So, all this person's name to be maintained by the head of the compliance department. She used to file this list with the SEBI, NSE and the BSE on the quarterly basis. And you know, all the persons who are at the head positions like the accountant, CA, CFO, which we had talked earlier in the chart, their name should be mentioned into the list. And yes, this is not Chris Jericho's list. Maintenance of the list is that whenever these persons are going to buy the shares or sell the shares, SEBI will send the notification to the company secretary and NSE and the BSE that see the list of the connected persons which you have provided to me has tried to buy or sell the shares. Just check it whether it is legal or not, or is he trying to do the manipulation. But are you still wondering that what shall we do to avoid this insider trading trap which will lead us to the next chapter? This part of the video will make me angry like a Hulk. Why? Because if you want to lend a 10,000 rupees of the amount to your friend, you will ask him 5 questions. But when it's come to investment into the IPO or the stock market, oh, the situations is change. You change. You are the expert, right? Go with the flow. News, media. Guys, don't fall into these insider trading traps. Think like this. Use your common sense, which is the first point. You know, some people will come to me and say that we don't have any knowledge about the financial market, but still we want to earn some money. And my answer is, okay, you don't have the knowledge about the financial market, but do you have the common sense? Because It's very rare to find these days. I know you don't understand the financials, but tell me answer to my one question. What business in the world will grow 50% in a 1 week or 1 month or 1 year? Look at the retail shops around you. It will take time to grow from the one shop to two, three, four shopping center, right or not? So, what is the difference between the retail shop and the share price? Share price is no difference at all. Cut future expectations. The first point is non-debatable, but the second is every investor in the world will invest into any of the scripts or the shares based on the future expectations of the business. Let's say the shares price of one company based on their order book or any of the future predictions will goes to the 50% up, 60% up in a month or in a week. It's good, still fine. But what about the valuations? Are you expert in the valuations? Even you have thought that by this time you will have the Lamborghini. Do you have? Don't you have, right? So I should suggest that study the reality, study the business model of the company where you are going to invest. Go to the expert. Oh, wow. This is the point where I come into the picture. I will give you the best example for this point. If you are in fever or if you need a surgery, what you will do? You will take out the scissor and you will do it by yourself? No, right? You will go to the proper doctor. So I am suggesting you, before investing or before doing any financial decisions, go to the financial experts. Take their advice so you will not fall into the insider trading trap. Don't rely on the media and their tips. I will not say anything. These clips will.
और ले लो स्टॉक मार्केट पे टिप्स। आए मजे। कुछ एक्सपर्ट थे टीवी पे आके आपको टिप दे रहे थे और टिप देने से पहले आपको लगा रहे थे चूना और खुद का घर भर रहे थे। सेबी ने ऐसे 5 स्टॉक मार्केट एक्सपर्ट और उनसे रिलेटेड 10 आदमी और कंपनियों पे भैया बैन लगा दिया है और उनसे 7.5 करोड़ रुपए मांगे हैं कि जमा कराओ वापस। ये लोग क्या करते थे, बहुत बड़े बिजनेस चैनल जी बिजनेस पे आते थे, अपने अपने शो बना रखे थे, वहाँ पे तुमको टिप देते थे, तुम उनके टिप में आगे इन्वेस्ट कर देते थे, पीछे से तुम्हारा प्रॉफिट होना हो वो तो अपना कमा के ले जाते थे।
Do you need any explanation on this part? This is very interesting part of the video, specifically for me, because from 2020 to 2024, I have tracked all these cases which I am going to share with you. But guys, do not take this as any kind of investment advice. All I am trying to do is giving you some learning so you can avoid insider trading traps or whatever traps which will make you to lose your money. The first company is Paras Defense. Very good in terms of the business, in terms of the valuations, in terms of the sector. Now, current market price is around 1200 rupees. But what happened at the time of the IPO will lead us to some kind of new learnings. The allotment price of the Paras Defense shares is 175 rupees per shares. The company got listed into the NSE and the BSE at 450 rupees, leaving with the investor more than 100% of the return. But what happened after that is quite shocking. In the same month, the company share price gone from the 400 rupees to 1200 rupees. So if we calculate from the base price or the allotment price of 175 rupees, the share price gone to the 5x times. Now, let's say you are the investor who have invested by seeing all these news articles or calls from the insider or anything between 1000 to 1200 rupees. I told you right guys about the valuations. So valuations will not work in this way. Everybody is smart into the market who is coming for the investment. So now people have started to sell their shares, and the persons who have earned, that is the insiders of the company or any other persons, are just earning by your money. I hope you can get it. So valuations will take time for the adjustments. In October 21, the share prices started to correct it itself, and which will come to the original valuations of 450, which is the IPO listing price in March 23. So if you are the investors who is invested into the 1000 rupees or 1200 rupees, you have to wait for the 2 years just to get an IPO listing price. You will be in loss of the 200-300% from the beginning. So you understand my point. The original price of the shares is 450 rupees per shares. That is the price which is accepted by the market, and beyond that price is overvaluation. Same goes with the Adani Wilmar. The IPO price is 220. The lifetime high is around 800, but the current stock price is 350. I'm not saying that the companies are bad, but you have to define your entry into the market so you will not be in the loss. The same thing happened to the Harshad Mehta, Ketan Parekh, Satyam scam, and recently the PNB fraud. So that's how the insiders or other interested party is playing with you. Also, you guys will ask me, what's the penalty to these people? You know, the amount of the fraud comparison to the penalty will be remind me of the joke of the ant and the elephant. So now, what are you waiting for? Let's jump to the conclusion. Before jumping to the conclusion, I want to thank the sponsor. Me. Thank you. I believe that a person cannot learn everything on its own. Somebody has sacrificed his life just to tell the world it's poison. So remember the quote given by the Chanakya ji. You must learn from the mistake of the others. You can't live that long enough to make all the mistakes by yourself. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next episode. Subscribe.